All right. Our next writer is named Paul Kennett. Paul Kennett is the co-host of a radio show on CJSW called Writer's Block. What time is that on, Paul? Oh wait, I got it written down here. 6 o'clock p.m. CJSW 90.9 FM. He asked me to tell you that he showered and shaved Thursdays. It's the other key fact. Listen every day at 6, just in case. And yeah, Paul, that's all I gotta say about it.
Okay. Thanks very much, Andrew, and thanks very much for having me as part of this event this year. So thanks very much to Filling Station, CJSW, to Note, to everybody else who's involved in this festival, and thanks all of you guys for coming out tonight. I've been working on a novel for about 8 years, and I've read primarily from that manuscript when I've done readings in the last 8 years. And recently, because Jill and I moved 2 years ago, and she was unpacking some of my stuff the other day, and found some writing that I'd done probably about 3 or 4 years ago on an antique typewriter that I bought at a flea market. And I got excited about using this typewriter. It's like, wow, I can put the paper in and move it around. So I was taking full-page advertisements out of magazines for, like, you know, gum or cigarettes, and sticking them in the typewriter and then typing on the image and sort of allowing the image to inform the poetry. And then for reasons that I'm not entirely certain of, but I'm grateful for, I transcribed them onto paper and have subsequently lost the ads. But I kept the line breaks the same, because at one point all of these words would have been on pieces of the image. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's a PhD dissertation in there somewhere, right? But a trace of the image? Come on, some of you guys, you want that PhD, you can use my stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna read a couple of those, and then I did some other just sort of, I don't want to call it free writing, because I don't think it was that free, but in trying to sort of find a voice for the novel that I haven't found a voice for yet, and I'm reading this, like, little fragments of what could have been stories. I think I found that voice and I just forgot about it. So I'm going to read a couple of the poems, I'm going to read some, like, little prose fragments, and forgive me because these are completely unedited from being typewritten 4 years ago. So if the syntax doesn't make sense, it's avant-garde. Okay? Alright? We're all on the same page here? Old number 7 brand. Oh, you whiskey Mrs. Mother! Smell my trace on the walls. The taint of all you drunk bastard. On my lawn, your spoor. Pull up your socks, make me proud. Safekeeping, yard leavings. Powerful pumice dust. Dust! This ain't no blues. I don't sing no blues. This is rock and roll, punch bowl like juicy fruit. The cigars, but hey, that's natural. Cut it out to size. I used to have two. You don't like Swedish common sense. I guarantee common sense is a verb. What's his name? Is his shirt still orange? Not this one. No, he's just too big. Store design. He doesn't do graphic design. Graphic unique. It's the same thing. There are 9. It was the 7. Just the 7. Texas toadstick. That's similar to LSD. In Canada, or in one of the toad tests. This is called laundry. Fence, safe, window drapes. SLO, spring drying. Grapple with bark, swing arm, tight arch, manipulate shutter. Scream in triumph, work both hands together. If they see you, 1, yell abuse, throw poisoned meat. 2, drop to crouch on prepared mattress or trampoline. 3, point finger to diversion. Rendezvous with doppelganger at Main Street Tavern. Celebrate over purloined panties. Okay. I think this one's got some promise. This is called Nissan New 350Z. One trick pony. It's a fruity drink. Are you seen with nothing under it? This joke is better than being excited about the beer bottle on the wall, I mean in the corner. Oh yes, in the corner. Must inside the house, oh yes. Double malt, triple sunk, juniper leaves, heat bruised bread, a blue bruise instead. Don't drink it down, zip please, me secure your sound, make it say, I likes it sexy. I wants it sexy. The marbles make it marvelous. Say, pull my finger, drive your fucking car, you fucking wanker. Do you think I care? Do you think that I'm writing about you? Oh, like the woman you dream of cream pants. Yeah, you can buy this one. The whole thing caught me by surprise. This is a little fragment. I think I'm going to dedicate this to Jason Christie. I must have written this when he was working on his robot stuff, because there's a robot in here. So let's see. And then I'll read this, I'll read another prose fragment, and then I think we'll take a break. Let's see. Well, whoever has this number doesn't know that their voicemail is turned off. I hang up and wonder for the 12th time today if Steve remembered to turn off the robot before he left my house. I check to see if my tie is straight in the mirrored surface of the phone booth, glass, and release the pressure catches on the door. A man with an unfashionable visor on his head is waiting outside. I flip him a non-committal gesture of greeting and avoid eye contact. Fashion victims are bad luck. And I'm already mostly certain that my house sitter has left my condo, locked the door, and forgot to shut down the robot. Now, since interviews are all about questions, I've prepared myself with the answers. Never before lunch. My punctuality is nothing next to my unfailing eye for appropriate yet fashionable attire. I never vomit outside the vomitorium. I'll take down any swine your pleasure demands. I'm reliable like that. I chuckle and leer just a little bit as I raise my hat to a passing laundry clone. She smiles according to programming. The true pleasure in withholding the full leer is to understand that the clone would respond with a polite appreciation either way. A true gentleman knows he can have his God-given manly lech, but doesn't. And I almost never leer at or manhandle female service clones, a smug smile. Almost never, and exchange of surprised and admiring glances. Nope, I turn to look out an imaginary window. I'm not a man for the easy score. I turn back to the group, self-congratulating laughter all around, or at least that's how it should play out. If the good Ronald above truly has favor in his plans for me today. I mean, I think as I turn the corner and leap over a homeless person, spitting a fine spray of my perfectly minty saliva over his inert form, it's not like the robot is even all that likely to cause problems. It is programmed to sit patiently in between tasks and orders. But I swear, by almighty Ronald, that devious machine looks askance at me. I glance sidelong at a man in a ridiculous clear Fibertronic cap standing next to me. I've never been caught in the act, but I can feel its glance in the back of my neck at all hours of the day. That's all I have for that one.
You're written until you say it out loud, eh, Paul?